How many of you have felt burning sensation in your stomach? Have you ever thought why does that actually happens? This is because of production of acids in our stomach. The lining of our stomach secrete an excessive amount of hydrochloric acid present in the gastric juices. It is released in the significant amount around 1.2 to 1.5 liter per day, which helps in the digestion process. This acidity in the stomach causes the sensation of heartburn. To relieve the sensation, antacids like milk of magnesia, etc. are taken, which are basic in nature. They neutralizes the effect of gastric acids in the stomach. When acid and bases are mixed in the right proportion, they react with each other to give salt. Acids and bases salt occurs in nature in many things present around us. All citrus fruit like oranges, lemons contains citric acid. Turmeric contains tartaric acid. Vinegar is one of the substance which is very often used in the kitchen. It contains acetic acid. The most common example of the substance that contain bases are soaps, detergent, washing soda, which are used for washing purpose. Coming to salt now, we all consume a very common salt, that is NaCl, sodium chloride, in everyday in our food. It exists in solid state as a cluster of positive charged sodium ions and negatively charged chlorine ions, which are held together due to electrostatic interaction between oppositely charged species. In this video, we will discuss three different theories given for acids, bases and salts. But before that, let's quickly revise a few important characteristics of acids and bases. Most of the acids are sour in taste. The word acid has been derived from the Latin word acidius, means sour. They turn blue litmus paper red. pH of acid lies between 0 to 7. As the pH increases, the acidic character decreases. They are corrosive in nature and corrodes metals. Acid shows different color change with different indicators. Generally, most of the acids are soluble in water, whereas bases are bitter in taste, soapy to touch, bases turns red litmus blue, pH is greater than 7 but less than equal to 14. As the pH increases, the basic character also increases. Bases also shows color change with different indicators. Bases can be soluble or insoluble in water. Water-soluble bases are called alkalis. Now, let's understand how acids and bases were defined by different chemists. Swedish Svante Arrhenius in 1884 proposed the concept of acids and bases on the theory of ionization. According to Arrhenius' concept of acids and bases, acids are those substances which dissociate in water to give hydrogen ion, that is H plus ion. And bases are the substance that gives hydroxyl ion, that is OH minus ions in water. For example, let us say we have an acid HX. So it will dissociate in water into H plus and X minus ions in water. Notice that after every reactant and product, AQ is written in the bracket since the entire reaction is taking place in water or aqueous medium. H plus ion is a proton and it is highly reactive. It cannot exist in free form in the aqueous solution. So, it combines with water molecule and forms hydronium ion, that is H3O+. It has trigonal pyramidal structure, as you can see here in the image. In the further video, you may notice that both the term hydrogen ion and hydronium ion will be used interchangeably as both of them means the same. Basically, hydrated form of hydrogen ion is hydronium ion. Talking about bases, say MOH, it will dissociate into M plus and OH minus ions. Since it is releasing hydroxyl ions in the aqueous solution, so it is Arrhenius base. But there are some limitations to this theory. It was only applicable to aqueous solution. There are certain compounds which we know are bases like ammonia, that is NH3, but according to Arrhenius theory, since it does not have a hydroxyl group, it is not a base, which is not true anyways. Then came the Bronsted-Lowry concept of acids and bases. The Danish chemist Johannes Bronsted and English chemist Thomas M. Lowry gave general definition for acids and bases. Let's explore them in detail. According to Bronsted-Lowry theory, acid is a substance that is capable of donating a hydrogen ion, that is H plus ion, and bases are substance that is capable of accepting a hydrogen ion, that is H plus ion. In short, acids are proton donors and bases are proton acceptors. Was this theory able to prove that NH3 is a base? Well, according to this theory, when NH3 goes in aqueous solution, it forms NH4 and OH minus ion. Basically, NH3 is accepting a proton, that is H plus ion. So, it will be a base. Here, we need to learn one more concept of conjugate acid-base pair. The acid-base pair that differs only by one proton, that is H plus ion, is called conjugate acid-base pair. What does that exactly means? Taking the same example of ammonia in its aqueous solution. Now, focus on NH4 plus ion. It has one extra H plus ion which it has accepted from NH3. So, as and when required, it can donate this H plus ion. Therefore, we can say that NH4 plus is an acid. NH3 and NH4 plus are called as conjugate acid-base pair. Also, H2O is acting as an acid or the proton donor and forms OH minus ion. Therefore, OH minus ion is the conjugate base of H2O. Notice that conjugate acid has one extra proton and each conjugate base has one less proton. One important thing to understand is that if Bronsted acid is a strong acid, then its conjugate base is a weak base and vice versa. Now, what's that? Let's understand with the example of ammonia only. Ammonia is a weak base. It does not donate H plus ion easily. It accepts one H plus ion, it forms NH4 plus ion, which is the conjugate acid of ammonia. And it is strong acid and it is easily donates the H plus ions. Talking about water, it acts as an acid because it donates H plus ion, or as a base because it accepts H plus ion. When it reacts with base, it reacts as an acid and vice versa. But there is an issue with Bronsted-Lowry concept of acids and base. It defines everything in terms of H plus ions, that is protons. Then in 1923, G. N. Lewis described the Lewis theory of acid-base reaction as electron pair acceptor and electron pair donor respectively. He stated that acids are the species which accept electron pair and bases are the species which donates electron pair. Therefore, a Lewis base can donate a pair of electrons to a Lewis acid to form a product containing a coordinate covalent bond. Electron deficient species like BF3, AlCl3, CO3+, Mg2+, etc. acts as a Lewis acid. If you look at the structure of AlCl3 and BF3, the central atom has only 6 electrons in them, which means it needs 2 more electrons to complete its octet. Electron-rich species like H2O, NH3, OH- can act as Lewis bases. Again, look at the structure of ammonia and water. The central atom in ammonia, that is nitrogen, has 1 electron pair, and the central atom in water, which is oxygen, has 2 electron pairs which it can donate. Here are some examples of how Lewis acid and base reacts with other species. BF3 does not have a proton, but still acts as an acid and reacts with NH3 by accepting its lone pair of electrons. We have come to an end of our class. Can you write the conjugate acids for the following Bronsted base? NH2, NH3 and HCO-. Well, let's summarize what we have learned.
Manorama Horizon. Learning made simple.